Hello, welcome to BikeGremlin YouTube channel. My name is Radanovic from Novi Sad, Serbia, and today I will be talking about the cordless hammer drills, the Bosch's platform 187/Li, the world's first model with the one chuck head and drill bit head, and it's same platform but without the one chuck head. If there are any takeaways to take from this video, there are two. First one is that you should not be an early adopter and let the others do the beta testing with their money, time and nerves. The second takeaway is that you should take with a grain of salt every tool review website or YouTube channel. We'll discuss that also briefly. And now, as far as this model goes, the one chuck model, the world's first, both models come with one feature that is a bit scary and that I don't really like, and this feature that is awesome. I expect both features to become standard and widely used by many tool manufacturers over the coming year or two. Even as soon as that. Why do I think that? Before I mention what those features are. Bosch in the past have designed the first jigsaw and the T-chuck standard of toolless jigsaw tool installation and removal. That became widespread industry standard that, as far as I know, they did not put any patent protection. They wanted everyone to be able to adopt that standard and implement that good standard. I'm not paid by Bosch. I paid for this with my own money. I have only one of these two drills. That's another story that I will also tell briefly later, but the Bosch does have a history of inventing some very good things and letting others adopt them and use them. Another thing that Bosch pushed out was the X-Lock system for the angle grinders and cutting stone installations. That is also another way that you can use toolless system to install, and it also comes with a great feature that it doesn't allow you to mount your cutting stone in a wrong way. It just won't fit, so there's only one way that it can fit, and once you fit it, you can just pull this lever, whatever is the proper English pronunciation, and replace the stone whenever you need to replace it, and that is awesome. When I started using this, I never wanted to go back, and this is available even in my country, in Serbia. So the same goes for the T-chucks, for the jigsaws. So it is, if it's available in Serbia, then it is really globally widely spread, widely. So the standard has lived. The third standard that Bosch have introduced and that has also taken hold and is now standard is, of course, for the SDS Plus and SDS Max drill bits. That's what you are probably very familiar with, that allow you to also use toolless and quick bit replacements. Let's just briefly demonstrate it on a drill that we will be talking about. So this is all you need to do. It's fixed, it works. When you need to replace it, you just pull this and take it out. So that is why I expect the new patents that Bosch have introduced to become widely spread. I will first talk about the one chuck. I wrote it down what their marketing called it. I think it's called it's called one chuck. So these are the images. So the basic idea is that you can use SDS Plus drills, but you can also use it to tighten it as a standard cordless, toolless drill bit for normal drills. I will show you what I mean now in just a second. So if you're taking a hammer drill that's an empty box. If you're taking a hammer drill to do some work with walls, usually you might need to go through some tiles, ceramic tiles, and for that you will probably need a drill that is not SDS, like this drill for tiles. And so before this you had to carry a separate drill to use and do that job, or you had to carry an adapter that I will show in just 1 second. This is what I've been using so far. So I have an adapter that has the SDS Plus mount, but here it can take the standard bits, but it's not toolless, this one, so I need to also carry this little thingy, and it's all extra 2 things that I can forget somewhere, or forget only this. That's a bit frustrating. So I was looking forward to trying the one universal chuck, and that thing I will show how it works here, and I will try to put some videos where it's displayed. But the basic idea is, let's remove this out of the way. The basic idea is that when you need to, when you don't lock it, when you turn this, it will all be spinning when you're trying to tighten it. So you need to switch this to the hammer, just the hammer. Then the one chuck system gets locked. It will no longer spin, unlike in this position that is designed for you to spin it and turn it how you like it. Another position that lets you turn it with a bit of force. So you set it to the hammer, and then you can properly tighten the normal bits that you would put and work with them. And then of course you would switch to this mode of standard drill. You don't want hammers with those bits, and when you're done you just take it back to the hammer, unscrew it, replace the bit, and so on. So that looked like a very neat idea in theory. However, and in practice, I saw that the one chuck model had a problem, that it started turning very abruptly. I will put a video. I recorded that before I returned it under warranty and got the standard model. So it starts working very abruptly, and only after the first second or 2 it continues behaving normally, depending on how much you pull the trigger. So it would start spinning quickly right away, and only after a second or 2 it would go back to normal speed, and then work according to how much you pull or release this. That was very frustrating. I thought it was broken. I took it to a repair shop, and they got a new one because my tool was just a week old, just a few holes drilled. And when they got the new one, they called me and told me that it's behaving the same way. So the official Bosch repair service called the central service and called the Germany and talked to engineers, and their response was that it was designed intentionally, and that every one chuck Bosch drill of this platform has the same feature. Why did they make it like that? I will first mention it why that is not a good idea, especially for a one chuck drill. It's very nasty when you need to drill some tiles and the drill starts spinning too quickly right away. So it doesn't let you nicely control it and avoid it slipping from what you are drilling. So that was a big problem in practice. For steel and similar things where you can punch holes and have something to start, it's not that much of a problem. But for that it was a problem. But also for drilling walls like this one, if you use the adapter that is used to collect dust, it becomes a problem. I will show you what I mean. I will make maybe a separate video about this adapter. It works well in practice and lets you collect all the dust and is compatible with this platform. Again, I will not be bothering you with this. I maybe put an Amazon affiliate link so you can see the exact model and the price. But this, without taking too much time, just you slide it on and then you can insert the drill into the bit into your drill, and then it collects all the dust from what you are drilling. and it works wonderfully. As you're entering in deeper into a hole, it also has the spring, so it's just great. However, let's see what happens when I put a shorter drill bit here. So this is a realistic scenario. I'm drilling, this is 6 millimeters, and this is shorter. So if I want to drill a hole, let's say here we have a mark. If I want to drill a hole, what I would do is pull this, center on the mark, then let it slide back. Now I can hold the drill and start slowly. When I start slowly, it doesn't run anyway, it continues, but I cannot see when this vacuum cleaner is installed, I cannot see if it moved away from the hole. And that is the reason why the abrupt start of the one-chuck model was very impractical for me, even for just drilling walls. So that was a very frustrating experience, and in practice for me it did not work. Bosch engineers say that they designed that feature to start working very abruptly because in their experience, when people screw in the normal bits into holders like this, if the bits are thinner than 6 millimeters, they don't screw them in tightly enough, they don't make sure they are aligned, so they wanted the drill to start very quickly and then sort of tighten itself before you manage to apply any force or anything, so they would prevent any problems with bits coming loose. To me, that explanation sounds as if they consider the pro tool users to be amateurs or idiots, if you pardon my French. I didn't like that explanation, and I didn't like how that worked. Just a moment, please, sorry. Sorry about the interruption. Another bike needs to be serviced. Anyway, where was I? Yes, the review websites and tool review YouTube channels, both domestic in my native and foreign in English that I could see, read and understand, no one mentioned this feature. I posted a short video of the problem because I wasn't sure. When I noticed it, I wasn't sure that maybe I got a faulty problem. I wanted to see feedback from other people, other handymen, and that I also wrote a post on my forum about it, and I wrote an article about my experience with the Bosch warranty service and how it all went, the whole communication with all the objectively stating what I noted and what they responded and so on. I will put all those resources in the description of this video so you can check it out. Maybe I'll make it pop up when I upload in your top right hand corner if I don't forget. But anyway, some of those channels, one of my posts was shared to the Facebook page of a tool review channel, and the tool review channel owner replied that for them the tool was working normally. They didn't have such problem. But the Bosch told me that it's a feature and that every single one of these tools works in that way. In my opinion, based on my experience, that is something that is easily noticeable, that you cannot fail to notice, and that does get in the way. But even if you are a better handyman than me, and if you can compensate for that, and if it doesn't bother you, I think it's an important and a fair thing to note if you are doing a tool review. I will show you now how this tool works in terms of speed control, and that's how all the Bosch tools work. I use many Bosch, both electric and cordless Bosch tools, and all the hammer drills behave like this normally, except for this model. So here is, when I start pulling this slowly, it slowly gains speed. No abrupt starting, no surprises. I've got full control right from the start. I can switch it to the hammer and the same thing happens. This allows me to keep control when I'm drilling, to not have it easily slide off from the wall. I won't be drilling this wall of mine now, but you don't take my word for anything. Give it a try, go to a shop where you can actually test a tool if you are considering buying this model, and see if you are bothered by it. For me it was a problem and I did not like it. Now, before I go into other features of this tool, I want to talk about it is generally, apart from that, there is this other feature that I don't like. I will discuss it now first before I explain how it all works, and generally it gets the job done. So the feature that I don't like, it comes with built-in Bluetooth. So in order to control this, I need to have a smartphone and connect it to a power tool. Now I don't like the idea of a power tool that can hurt someone and has power to be remote controlled. Yes, in theory, anything can be hacked. In theory, they just require you to touch some button when you are synchronizing it with your phone application and whatnot, but it's still, that's the design. I'm not sure if it can be hacked, but that's, say, a tinfoil hat section. But it's not all. The problem that you will face in practice when you're working with a tool like this that has a Bluetooth model is this. Let me show you first my angle grinder. This is Bosch angle grinder that has the option to install a Bluetooth model, but it doesn't come with the one pre-installed like the drill that I just showed. And I chose not to install the Bluetooth model. Here, when I insert the battery here, this tool lets me pick 3 speeds, the maximum speed of about 10,000 rounds per minute. This is about halfway there, and this is about 4,000 rounds per minute. So it lets me click this button and choose speeds. It has other cool features. If more than 10 people watch this, I might make a review. This is a good angle grinder, but it lets me choose speeds with just click of a button. No need to take my phone out and anything like that. Now let's see about the Bosch's new drill. I can install battery, and here it has 2 modes. I hope they can be visible in the camera. This is the maximum speed. It's called auto, but that one gives you the maximum speed of about 1,000 rounds per minute. Revolutions per minute, rounds. It looks like those German World War II Schmeisser. Anyway, that's the auto mode. If I want to make it run with a smaller top speed, lower top speed, it has 2 more modes, so a total of 3, just like the angle grinder. However, I need to configure those with the smartphone. I can here press for the auto, and here press one more time, I get the favorite. That is the mode I configured via smartphone. I can set it to be maxed out at 500 revolutions per minute, or at somewhere halfway between the 1,000 and 500. So I don't remember, 7,500 or something like that. 750 or something like that rounds per minute. But with the button, when I'm on a work site or on some ladders or somewhere hard to go, if I don't want to use my phone, I can only, before I start working, preset this other mode to either 500 or 750 something, and that's it. I cannot choose all 3 modes by just pressing a button as I can with the angle grinder. So it looks like a step forward, super cool feature. It connects with Bluetooth, but in practice I think it's not practical, it's nonsense. And another catch is that in order to get a longer warranty, at least in my country, I need to go to Bosch's website, register an account, and put all my information in. And then when I enter the tool's serial number and everything, can I get the extended warranty past the obligatory 2 years for everything you buy in Serbia. So they require me to leave them their data and to have a complete data of all the tools that I have if I want to have the normal longer warranty for professional tools. I didn't like that. I don't like that, and I don't like having to use a phone with me to configure the tool that I'm using. It's highly impractical, and I find it a little bit scary. I don't like that. That's for the good and the bad. Now let's talk about the drilling and the setup of this tool. So this is more or less standard tool. It lets you press this button and then you can spin this. So I can set it to the normal drill, to hammer drill. This will become unlocked. This will lock in place when I align it. So you just press it and start turning. Then this is the mode for setup. If you need to change the angle, the rotation of the tool, and this is for just doing the hammer. It's not super strong, but it works okay. It comes with the, as I explained, you can choose different speeds, and here is the nicely written data. It can go from 4 to 24 millimeters with the SDS Plus into bricks, and this is for wood, 40 to 68 millimeters. This is for steel, up to 13 millimeters, and this is for driving some, sorry about the noise. This may be for driving something into wood, like nails or something. I'm not sure, really not sure. These are the things that interest me, that are important, and this is not the most powerful model you can find, but for me, this generally does the job, and that's what I need. But if you need to remove some tiles with the hammer, this is not going to cut it. You need some stronger model, SDS Max or similar. So a lot bigger, a lot stronger, a lot heavier. The tool is well balanced. It nicely fits into your hand, and even if I install a bigger, heavier battery in it, like these 8 ampere hour models, they fit just nicely. I don't need to rotate the handle in order to install it. I need to rotate the handle if I want to install the vacuum cleaner, and that works as advertised. It's cool. But for the normal general use, I can operate it from here, and it doesn't seem to affect the balance of the tool a lot. It's not too heavy, so if you need to work at shoulder or even higher height, it works okay. You can reverse the directions here, pressing this one for unscrewing and this one for screwing in, and middle for locking it so it can not start accidentally. It has kickback control. That is an awesome feature. I have experience. I've used tools without it. This is for me relatively recently introduced, but every tool that I've tried with kickback control, I would not go back. When you're working on ladders, and if you're not in a very stable position, in practice it happens. Nothing is ever perfect, and your concentration may lack. So instead of holding the tool like this, you may in some scenario end up with holding it the wrong way. So when it gets stuck, your hand won't just fly out of your hand, but it will spin you, it might hit you, hurt you, and things like that. So this one will stop if the drilling bit gets blocked. I will try to simulate it now. If I start it running, that's what happens if it locks. You get the red light, and until you release the button, it won't work. So let's try it again. If it's abrupt, it works. So the real scenarios, it really does get the job done. It gets triggered, and I think it's a good safety feature. So it will not work until you release the trigger and press it again back to get it working. So you can quickly get back to work. It's not too sensitive, so it will not react to minor vibrations and things like that. But when it gets problematic, it reacts, and it's a cool safety feature that I like. And so far, I haven't had problems with that breaking down too quickly. I'm not a fan of too much electronics, because the more features you have and complications, the more likely things are to break down and let you down. But the Bosch tools with this feature that I've used so far have been decently reliable. Maybe not for decades as my old Bosch corded drill, but it gets the work done. So as a normal drill, I would recommend this, but I would also say that it may be a good idea to look for a model without the Bluetooth and forget the one chuck system until they fix that problem. Or if you don't mind that, by all means, it's practical, it's cool. So I almost forgot. Both tools, the one chuck and the standard SDS Plus only model, are the same model. GBH 187/LI. The only difference is that the one chuck model has the words one chuck and world's first written, and the electronics that controls it is the only change. They are physically the same. The only difference that I could notice is the electronics that controls the one chuck and that make it start more abruptly, and of course the one chuck head. That's the obvious difference. So in all other aspects, both tools seem to weigh the same. They behave the same when they start working normally. So no other differences. So you can do that. And just a side note that I see many, I almost forgot. This is also super neat. It's more or less standard on Bosch handles. So if you want to rotate it, you just unscrew it and set it in place, and then screw it back in where you like it, and it stays firmly. This is also super cool. If I set it to be, the notches are, so you need to put it up down in that direction. I cannot turn the notches sideways, but this way it works. I press this and I can insert this and set my drilling depth using this easily. It's very convenient. It's always there. You don't have to screw it in or out. You just press it and move it as you like it. So that's also a cool feature. I like that. And just a note for those who work with these tools, if you don't lubricate them, then the system can get overheated and wear out, especially if you're doing some heavy stuff. So before you insert these drill bits, you can buy grease from Bosch. I may put an Amazon affiliate link, but Metabo and other tool manufacturers also make hammer drill SDS Plus grease. I don't know what brand they're buying in repackaging, but this doesn't cost an arm and a leg, and it lasts long. So before you insert a drill bit, just put a small grain of grease on the end. That's more than enough. And then insert it and work. And when you're done working, remove the bit and clean it. And don't insert dirty bits with grease and sand and everything back into the drill, because you will put dirt inside, and that may cause wear, increased, and malfunctions. However, for your first use of the tool, I would recommend to not stick to just this amount of grease. That's what I do. That's what works for me. If you don't have to follow my advice, but I fill all these notches with grease for the first use of the tool, or if I haven't done that for a lot of hours of use. So I just put a bit more into those all notches, and then only then do I insert the drill bit into the drill. So it has this rubber that should prevent any dust from easily entering the drill. So I put it inside, lock it in place, and then use it with that. After I've done using it, I remove the drill bit and clean it all, and after that I just put that little grain as I explained. So this is just to do on occasion, and when you first buy the drill to lubricate it well, to lubricate it properly. And that is the whole video. I hope this video gives you information and helps you decide. For me personally, if anyone cares, I feel a bit, I was not in a position to, okay, step back. I bought both these, but I couldn't get this from the official Bosch retailer, and it's technically okay. So I couldn't get it back. I couldn't get my money back. For the one chuck model, when I bought it, they said you can get your money back. No problem. If you're not happy, you can get your money back. So that's super cool from the official Bosch retail store, but this part, they would not let me have my money back, and it's not cheap. And so I was stuck. If I could get money back for this, I would have returned both this and the drill and looked for a simpler model that just works. I wanted a cordless drill. I have a corded, but this is a lot more convenient. I use it in my day job, and I wanted one for my hobby use and for my personal use, not at the company. So I was sort of stuck. Do I just waste this? I cannot sell it used, at least not in Serbia. No one normal worries about dust. I often work alone, so for me this was a very cool feature, and I'm happy with this. So I could just say, when they told me that the other model that's not one chuck works normally, I said, okay, then I'll go with the non-one chuck model. Otherwise I would have just stuck with my old corded tool and waited until someone builds the model that has this fixed. No one is talking about this now. I couldn't find anyone on the internet noticing or talking about it. I thought I was crazy. I made a video and shared the experience and asked, and it's as if it doesn't exist. To me, this is a problem. If it doesn't bother anyone else, that's cool. But I'm looking for a model that has this fixed, and when that comes out, I already have a drill and this, and I hope they will last long, so I will probably not be using it. But again, sorry if this video is too long. I wanted to share all the information, my thinking, considerations. I hope it helps you make an informed decision, and I hope you've found this information informative, if not too entertaining. And that's all. That's whole video. That's all I have for you today. Thank you very much if you sat through this entire video. If you have any comments or questions, please use the BikeGremlin.net forum. It's best that way. YouTube sucks with comments. They don't plan to fix it apparently. And if you like what I'm doing, you can support my work via Patreon. I want to thank all my Patreon supporters. It's really feels great that some people appreciate what I do, and I offer nothing on Patreon that you don't get for free. So only if you wish to help me and support my work should you apply and pay Patreon donations. Otherwise, you won't get anything that you don't get otherwise for free, and that's the best way to do it, I think. Again, thank you very much for watching. I will see you in some other video. Cheers.